The movie starts in a church where a young girl named Sara and her family listen to a pastor saying that if you have strong faith, God can move mountains. In the next scene, Sara goes with her parents to watch her brother Danny's football game. Danny's girlfriend, Cindy, is also there. Even though Danny is playing well, a player from the other team, Bronner, tricks the referee in the penalty box, causing Danny to get a yellow card. This leads to a penalty, and Bronner scores, winning the match for his team. After the game, everyone goes to Sara's grandpa Sam's house for the weekend. Later, the kids walk to a nearby lake to fish. When Sara sees a dead bird on the shore, she decides to try to make it better by praying. Danny tells her that she can't bring the dead back to life, but Sara is sure she can. After that, Danny and his girlfriend go fishing while Sara stays and prays for the bird. An hour later, they come back and see Sara still praying on the ground. Surprisingly, she says she saw God floating over the lake. All of a sudden, the wind blows, and the bird comes back to life and flies away. Cindy and Danny are amazed, but they doubt that Sara brought the bird back to life. They think it was the wind that woke up the bird. When they get back from the lake, Sara tells her grandfather about the bird. She explains that she saw God standing on the other side of the lake, and the bird flapped its wings, so she let it go. Sam, who loves his granddaughter very much, says he trusts her because he always thought Sara was special. Later that evening, after coming back home, Sara calls her best friend, Mark, who uses a wheelchair because of a back injury. She tells him about the amazing thing that happened, but as expected, Mark doesn't believe her. However, when Sara promises on the Bible, he eventually believes her. Later, Sara's mother comes to her room and asks her to think about all the things she's thankful for that day before going to sleep. The little girl surprises her mother by saying that she thinks God will bring her to heaven soon. Later, Danny wakes up his parents to tell them that Sara is sick. Fortunately, their family doctor, Dr. Ben, comes right away. Sara has a high fever and feels sick to her stomach. Dr. Ben thinks she just has a stomach bug and will probably get better in a couple of days. After Dr. Ben leaves, Sara's father goes to her room and discovers a beautiful painting that Sara saw at the lake. 2 days later, Sara and Mark are walking home from school. Some mean guys pick on Sara, asking her to bring their dead animals back to life and calling her names. It turns out that Mark told others about the special thing because he was happy for his best friend, Danny, and Cindy. Meanwhile, Danny and Cindy see the boys bothering Sara as they walk by. So Danny makes the boys fall with his football and makes them leave. Just then, Bronner shows up with his dog and tries to start a fight with Danny by making fun of him for his earlier game. At the same time, a fast car comes and hits Bronner's dog, and the dog dies instantly. While Bronner cries over his dead dog, Sara prays for it. Surprisingly, the dog comes back to life and plays with her. Everyone watching the miracle is surprised. Sara asks God to help her friend walk again. The next day, Mark's parents take him to the hospital to see Dr. Ben. It turns out Mark has been able to move his toes, which was completely impossible after his spinal cord injury. Surprised, the doctor asks him to move again, and Mark successfully does it. Although Ben is shocked, he asks Mark's mother not to have high hopes. Suddenly, Mark is able to stand on his feet and walk even after going through such a deadly and incurable injury. The doctors cannot believe that Mark is able to walk again. As he walks, Mark is very happy and gives credit to Sara for healing him. He also mentions Bronner's dog. Meanwhile, a media person, Dolores, who is at the hospital for a checkup, hears Mark and decides to cover the story. Soon, Sara becomes famous on the news. In the next part, Ben and the pastor go to Sara's house. When they tell her about Mark, she jumps with happiness and thanks God for hearing her prayers. The pastor asks her about the lake incident, and she tells him everything. But Ben isn't sure, so he asks Sara's parents to take her to the hospital for tests. However, the pastor believes there's something special about the girl because the doctors have no clear reason for Mark's recovery. Also, he knows that Sara never tell a big lie. After the girl rides a horse, Sara's dad finds her in a room drawing a girl on a horse. Sara says the girl visited her in dreams and wants to be friends. Turns out the girl is a cancer patient named Teresa who loves horses. She's afraid of dying because her cancer is getting worse. So, Teresa's mom, who heard about Sara in the news, wants to bring her daughter to be healed. The day after the girl got better, many moms and dads come to Sara's house with their sick and disabled kids, hoping she can make them better too. Sara's parents want to send them away, but Sara kindly asks how they would feel if she was sick and someone could help her like she did for them. Her parents are worried because if she keeps helping people, she won't have time to be a regular kid anymore, as more and more people will keep coming and it won't ever end. However, Sara doesn't listen and goes outside. She sees Teresa and then Sara helps her feel better. She remembers seeing Teresa in her dreams and goes to her, holds her hand, and prays. After she finishes praying, Teresa starts to feel better like she's been cured. Sara also helps a blind girl, a crippled boy, and everyone else waiting to be cured. But when she's about to go inside the house, she falls down from being very tired. Sara's parents quickly take her to Ben's clinic. There, he does some blood tests and sets her up for an MRI. Sara's mom talks to Ben about how after praying for Mark, she felt too weak to get out of bed, and after helping so many people, she felt very tired and collapsed. She's amazed that such incredible things can happen. Just then, Ben and Sara's parents are interrupted when a hospital staff member calls them outside. The media has gathered around the hospital. Every TV news channel is talking about Sara and saying she's like a miracle worker. To avoid the media, Ben asks Sara's parents to stay at Sam's house for a few days after her MRI. So, Sara's mother tells them everything. They sneak her out the back door and take Sara to her grandfather's house at Sam's place. Sara's mother explains everything that happened before. She's still amazed after seeing Sara miraculously heal people. However, she also worries because ever since Sara said she saw God, she's getting sicker every day. Just then, she gets a call from the doctor and bursts into tears. In the next scene, Sam goes to the lake. Sam goes to the same lake where Sara claims to have seen God. There, he begs God to cure his granddaughter. He cries, asking God why he would make Sara so perfect and then snatch her away from them. The next day, Ben and the pastor visit Sam's house to talk about Sara. They ask the little girl to go outside, but she sneaks back and listens to their conversation. The doctor then explains that Sara has a tumor in her brain that can't be removed, which may have been causing her to see things that aren't there. When Sara's mom asks about the people Sara has supposedly cured, the doctor says it was some kind of group suggestion. Upon overhearing all of this, Sara is heartbroken when Ben tells her parents that she doesn't have long to live and there's no cure. As Sara's mom breaks down, Sara approaches her and asks her not to cry. The young girl tries to make her mother feel better by telling her that she will be safe and happy with God in heaven. However, she wishes she could go back to the lake and ask God to let her stay on earth for a few more years. As Sara continues to insist, she feels dizzy and falls to the ground, so her parents rush her to the hospital. Later, after the girl wakes up, Danny and Cindy leave the hospital and go to Sam's house, where they find Teresa, Mark, their parents, and the pastor. Teresa told everyone that when Sara healed her last week, she saw a special figure floating next to Sara, reaching out his hand to touch the children she was touching. After Teresa prayed for her, she felt different and warm for the first time in years. She felt healthy and knew right away that she had been cured. Teresa now wants to help Sara since she helped her. After Teresa finished talking, Sam said that he and the pastor have a plan to fulfill Sara's last wish to go to the lake. Even though it will upset Sara's parents, Dr. Ben, and everyone at the hospital, Sam wants to take Sara to the lake because he believes it has special powers. He thinks Sara knows something that can help her. When everyone hears this, they agree to help Sara go to the lake. Later that night, they all work together to sneak Sara out of the hospital without the staff knowing. Once Sara is in the car with her parents, Danny, and Teresa's mother, Mark and Cindy follow them. When Sam hears about this, he gets a text from his grandson and rushes to his car with the pastor. Unfortunately, a reporter from the news sees Sara in the car and tells others at the hospital. Sara's parents are shocked to see Teresa instead of their daughter and realize that Sam has taken her to the lake. So, they also get in their car and drive away. Meanwhile, some police officers start chasing Danny and Sam because they were speeding. Danny somehow manages to escape the police, but then a tree falls and blocks the road because of the storm. Sara dies in the heavy rain. Danny cannot carry his sister all the way to the lake. Suddenly, Bronner helps and offers to assist. He knows a quicker way and takes Sara with him because she once saved his dog. Danny and Bronner take turns carrying the little girl and go to the lake. On the way, a wolf growls at them, but Bronner's dog scares it off. Soon, Danny and Bronner reach the lake with Sara. Danny starts praying for his sister, and at that moment, Sara's parents, the media, and many others also arrive. Sara's mom scolds Sam for bringing her daughter there on a stormy and rainy night. Sadly, during all the noise, Sara passes away, leaving everyone really sad. All of a sudden, a bright light twirls over the lake and God shows up. Then Sara's soul leaves her body and goes to God. Everyone is shocked by what they just saw. Even though they're upset that Sara died, they're also kind of glad to see her holding God's hand. They follow God's lead, take Sara's body home, and lay her down in bed. Danny discovers a picture that Sara drew, showing her holding hands with God. He shares it with everyone, and they realize that Sara knew God was going to come. Then, they find another drawing of Sara returning from heaven. This gives everyone hope, and Danny prays with all his heart. His prayers are answered when Sara suddenly comes back to life, gasping. She explains that she told God she wasn't ready for heaven yet, so he sent her back to take care of her family. Dr. Ben saw everything happen right in front of him and started to believe in miracles from God. Later, Sara went outside and surprised the people who were lighting candles for her after she died, thinking of her as a special child of God. Everyone kneeled, but Sara told them to stand up. She said that they all need to have faith in God and pray to Him so He can help them. She also asked everyone to love their families, help each other, and spread love. God will help them because He loves everyone. The movie ends as the whole town goes to the church and listens to the pastor with complete faith in God. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.